Package org.paros proxy.paros.view. Import javax.swing.jpanel. To change the template for this generated type comment, go to Window, Preferences, Java, Code Generation, Code and Comments. Abstract Public Class Abstract Param Panel extends JPanel. This is the default constructor. Public Abstract Param Panel. Super. Initialize. This method initializes this. At return void. Private void initialize. This dot set size 500, 375. Abstract public void init param, object obj. Abstract public void validate param, object obj, throws exception. Abstract public void save param, object obj, throws exception. Package org.paros proxy.paros.core.scanner. Import java.io.io exception. Import java.io.unsupported encoding exception. Import java.net.url decoder. Import java.net.url encoder. Import java.utilityregex.matcher. Import java.utilityregex.pattern. Import org.apache.commons.configuration.configuration. Import org.apache.commons.client.http exception. Import org.apache.commons.logging.log. Import org.apache.commons.logging.log factory. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http header. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http message. To change the template for this generated type comment, go to Window, Preferences, Java, Code Generation, Code and Comments. Abstract Public Class Abstract Plugin implements plugin, comparable. Default pattern used in pattern check for most plugins. Protected static final int pattern underscore param equals pattern dot case underscore insensitive pattern dot multiline. CRLF string. Protected static final string CRLF equals \r\n. Private host process parent equals null. Private HTTP message equals null. Private boolean enabled equals false. Private log equals log factory dot get log, this dot get class. Private configuration config equals null. Public abstract plugin. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get ID. Abstract public int get ID. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get name. Abstract public string get name. Public string get codename. String result equals get class, dot get name. Int pos equals get class, dot get name, dot last index of, dot. If, pos minus 1. Result equals result dot substring, pos plus 1. Return result. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get dependency. Abstract public string get dependency. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get description. Abstract public string get description. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get category. Abstract public int get category. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get solution. Abstract public string get solution. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number get reference. Abstract public string get reference. Non-Javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number init. Com proof secure.paros.network.http message. Com proof secure.paros.core.scanner.host process. Public void init, HTTP message, host process parent. This dot message equals message clone all. This dot parent equals parent. Init. Abstract public void init. Obtain a new HTTP message with the same request as the base. The response is empty. This is used by plugin to craft a new message to send receive. It does not affect the base message. At return a new HTTP message with cloned request. Response is empty. Protected HTTP message get nyumsk. Return message clone request. Get the base reference HTTP message for this check. Both request and response is present. It should not be modified during when the plugin runs. At return the base HTTP message with request response. Protected HTTP message get base emsk. Return message. Send and receive a HTTP message. Message should have the request header body set. Fresh copy will always be retrieved via this method. The request header content length will be modified by this method. At param message. At throws HTTP exception. At throws IO exception. Protected void send and receive, HTTP message, throws HTTP exception, IO exception. Always get the fresh copy. Send and receive, message, true. Message get request header, .seth header, HTTP header .if underscore modified underscore since, null. Message get request header, .seth header, HTTP header .if underscore none underscore match, null. Message get request header, .set content length, message get request body, .length. Parent .get sender, .send and receive, message. Send and receive a HTTP message. Message should have the request header body set. Fresh copy will always be retrieved via this method. The request header content length will be modified by this method. At param message. At param is follow redirect response. At throws HTTP exception. At throws IO exception. Protected void send and receive, HTTP message, boolean is follow direct, throws HTTP exception, IO exception. Always get the fresh copy. Message get request header, .seth header, HTTP header .if underscore modified underscore since, null. Message get request header, .seth header, HTTP header .if underscore none underscore match, null. Message get request header, .set content length, message get request body, .length. Parent .get sender, .send and receive, message, is follow direct. Return. Below code moved to sender for generic use. If, is follow direct. Message get request header, .get method, .equal signer recase, HTTP request header .post. Message get request header, .get method, .equal signer recase, HTTP request header .put. Parent .get sender, .send and receive, message, is follow direct. Return. Else. Parent .get sender, .send and receive, message, false. HTTP message temp equals message clone all. Post put method cannot be redirected by library. Need to follow by code. Loop one time only because client can handle redirect itself after first get. 4. Int I equals 0, I1. And, HTTP status code .is redirection, temp.get response header, .get status code. And temp.get response header, .get status code, equals HTTP status code .not underscore modified, I++. String location equals temp.get response header, .get header, HTTP header .location. URI base URI equals temp.get request header, .get URI. URI new location equals new URI, base URI, location, false. Temp.get request header, .set URI, new location. Temp.get request header, .set method, HTTP request header .get. Temp.get request header, .set content length, 0. Parent.get sender, Send and receive, temp, true. Message response header, temp.get response header. Message response body, temp.get response body. Public void run. Try. If, is stop. Scan. Catch, exception e. Get log, warn, get message. Notify plugin completed, get parent. The core scan method to be implemented by subclass. Abstract public void scan. Generate an alert when a security issue, risk info, is found. Default name, description. Solution of this plugin will be used. @param risk. @param reliability. @param URI. @param param. @param other info. @param message. Protected void bingo, int risk, int reliability, string URI, string param, string other info, HTTP message. Bingo, risk, reliability, this.get name, this.get description, URI, param, other info, this.get solution, message. Generate an alert when a security issue, risk info, is found. Custom alert name. Description and solution will be used. @param risk. @param reliability. @param name. @param description. @param URI. @param param. @param other info. @param solution. @param message. Protected void bingo, int risk, int reliability, string name, string description, string URI, string param, string other info, string solution, HTTP message. Alert equals new alert, this.get ID, risk, reliability, name. If, URI equals null URI dot equals. URI equals message get request header, .get URI, .toString. If, param equals null. Param equals. Alert.set detail, description, URI, param, other info, solution, this.get reference, message. Parent.alert found, alert. Check I. @param message. @return. Protected boolean is finally exist, HTTP message. Return parent.get analyzer, is finally exist, message. Check if this test should be stopped. It should be checked periodically in plugin. E.g. when in loops, so the host process can stop this plugin cleanly. @return. Protected boolean is stop. Return parent. Is stop. @return returns if this test is enabled. Public boolean is enabled. Return get property, enabled, equals, 1. Public boolean is visible. Return true. Enable this test. Public void set enabled, boolean enabled. If, enabled. Set property, enabled, 1. Else. Set property, enabled, 0. Compare if 2 plugin is the same. Public int compare 2, object. Int result equals -1. If, obj instancy of abstract plugin. Abstract plugin test equals, abstract plugin, obj. If, get id, test.get id. Result equals -1. Else if, get id, test.get id. Result equals 1. Else. Result equals 0. Return result. Public boolean equals, object. If, compare 2, obj, equals 0. Return true. Return false. Check if the given pattern can be found in the header. @param message. @param header name. @param pattern. @return true if the pattern can be found. Protected boolean match header pattern, HTTP message, string header, pattern. If, message get response header, is empty. Return false. String val equals message get response header, get header. If, val equals null. Return false. Matcher equals pattern dot matcher, val. Return matcher dot find. Check if the given pattern can be found in the message body. If the supplied string buffer is not null, append the result to the string buffer. At param message. At param pattern. At param sb. At return true if the pattern can be found. Protected Boolean match body pattern, HTTP message, pattern, string buffer sb. Matcher equals pattern dot matcher, message get response body, dot tossed ring. Boolean result equals matcher dot find. If, result. If, sb, equals null. sb append, matcher dot group. Return result. Write a progress update message. Currently this just display in system.out. At param message. Protected void write progress, string message. System.out.println, message. Get the parent host process. At return. Protected host process get parent. Return parent. Non-javadoc. At ccom proof secure.paros.core.scanner.plugin number notify plugin completed, com proof secure.paros.core.scanner.host process. Abstract public void notify plugin completed, host process parent. Replace body by stripping of pattern string. The URL encoded and URL decoded. Pattern will also be stripped off. This is mainly used for stripping off a testing string in HTTP response. For comparison against the original response. Reference, test injection SQL. At param body. At param pattern. At return. Protected string strip off, string body, string pattern. String URL encode pattern equals get URL encode, pattern. String URL decode pattern equals get URL decode, pattern. String HTML encode pattern 1 equals get HTML encode, pattern. String HTML encode pattern 2 equals get HTML encode, URL encode pattern. String HTML encode pattern 3 equals get HTML encode, URL decode pattern. String result equals body dot replace all, \\q plus pattern plus \\e, dot replace all, \\q plus URL encode pattern plus \\e, dot replace all, \\q plus URL decode pattern plus \\e. Result equals result dot replace all, \\q plus HTML encode pattern 1 plus \\e, dot replace all, \\q plus HTML encode pattern 2 plus \\e, dot replace all, \\q plus HTML encode pattern 3 plus \\e. Return result. Public static string get URL encode, string message. String result equals. Try. Result equals URL encoder dot encode, message, UTF-8. Catch, unsupported encoding exception E.print stack trace. Return result. Public static string get URL decode, string message. String result equals. Try. Result equals URL decoder dot decode, message, UTF-8. Catch, unsupported encoding exception E.print stack trace. Return result. Public static string get HTML encode, string message. String result equals message replace all, and number 60. Result equals result dot replace all, and number 62. Return result. Protected KB get KB. Return get parent, dot get KB. Protected log get log. Return log. Public string get property, string key. Return config dot get string, plugins. Plus p plus get id, plus dot. Plus key. Public void set property, string key, string value. Config dot set property, plugins. Plus p plus get id, plus dot. Plus key, value. Public void set config, configuration config. This dot config equals config. Public configuration get config. Return config. Check and create necessary parameter in config file if not already present. Public void create param if not exist. If get property enabled equals null. Set property enabled 1. Package org.paros proxy.paros.db. Import java.sql.connection. Import java.sql.sql exception. To change the template for this generated type comment, go to Window, Preferences, Java, Code Generation, Code and Comments. Public abstract class abstract table implements database listener. Private connection equals null. Private database server equals null. Public abstract table. Public void database open, database server, throws SQL exception. This dot server equals server. Connection equals null. Reconnect, get connection. Protected connection get connection, throws SQL exception. If connection equals null. Connection equals server dot get no connection. Return connection. Abstract protected void reconnect, connection throws SQL exception. Package org.paros proxy.paros.core.scanner. Import org.paros proxy.paros.db.record alert. Import org.paros proxy.paros.extension.report generator. Import org.paros proxy.paros.model.history reference. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http message. Public class alert implements comparable. Public static final int risk underscore info equals 0. Public static final int risk underscore low equals 1. Public static final int risk underscore medium equals 2. Public static final int risk underscore high equals 3. Public static final int suspicious equals 0. Public static final int warning equals 1. Public static final string message underscore risk equals informational, low, medium, high. Public static final string message underscore reliability equals suspicious, warning. Private int alert ID equals 0. Private int plugin ID equals 0. Private string alert equals. Private int risk equals risk underscore info. Private int reliability equals warning. Private string description equals. Private string URI equals. Private string param equals. Private string other info equals. Private string solution equals. Private string reference equals. Private HTTP message equals null. Public alert, int plugin ID. This dot plugin ID equals plugin ID. Public alert, int plugin ID, int risk, int reliability, string alert. This, plugin ID. Strisk reliability, risk, reliability. Set alert, alert. Public alert, record alert. This, record alert.get pluginid, record alert.get risk, record alert.get reliability, record alert.get alert. History reference ref equals null. Try. Ref equals new history reference, record alert.get historiad. Set detail, record alert.get description, record alert.get URI, record alert.get param, record alert.get author-info, record alert.get solution, record alert.get reference, ref.get message. Catch, exception e. Public void strisk reliability, int risk, int reliability. This dot risk equals risk. This dot reliability equals reliability. Public void set alert, string alert. If alert equals null, return. This dot alert equals new string, alert. Public void set detail, string description, string URI, string param, string other info, string solution, string reference, HTTP message. Set description, description. Set URI, URI. Set param, param. Set other info. Set solution, solution. Set reference, reference. Set message, message. Public void set URI, string URI. This dot URI equals new string, URI. Public void set description, string description. If description equals null, return. This dot description equals new string, description. Public void set param, string param. If param equals null, return. This dot param equals new string, param. Public void set info, string other info. If other info equals null, return. This dot other info equals new string, other info. Public void set solution, string solution. If solution equals null, return. This dot solution equals new string, solution. Public void set reference, string reference. If reference equals null, return. This dot reference equals new string, reference. Public void set message, HTTP message. If message equals null. This dot message equals message dot clone all. Else. This dot message equals message. Public int compare2, object o2, throws class cast exception. Alert alert2 equals, alert, o2. Int result equals 0. If, risk alert2 dot risk. Return -1. Else if, risk alert2 dot risk. Return 1. If, reliability alert2 dot reliability. Return -1. Else if, reliability alert2 dot reliability. Return 1. Result equals alert dot compare to in your case, alert2 dot alert. If, result, equals 0. Return result. Result equals alert dot compare to in your case, alert2 dot URI. If, result, equals 0. Return result. Result equals alert dot compare to in your case, alert2 dot param. If, result, equals 0. Return result. Return other info dot compare to in your case, alert2 dot other info. Override equals. Alerts are equal if the alert, URI, and param is the same. Public boolean equals, object obj. Alert item equals null. If, obj instancy of alert. Item equals, alert, obj. If, plugin ID equals item dot plugin ID, and URI dot equals signor case, item dot URI. And param dot equals signor case, item dot param, and other info dot equals signor case, item dot other info. Return true. Return false. Create a new instance of alert item with same members. Public alert new instance. Alert item equals new alert, this dot plugin ID. Item dot strisk reliability, this dot risk, this dot reliability. Item dot set alert, this dot alert. Item dot set detail, this dot description, this dot URI, this dot param, this dot other info, this dot solution, this dot reference, this dot message. Return item. Public string toploging smell, string URLs. String buffer SB equals new string buffer, 150. SB append, alert item \r\n. SB append, pluginid plus plugin ID plus pluginid \r\n. SB append, alert plus alert \r\n. SB append, risk code plus risk code \r\n. SB append, reliability plus reliability \r\n. SB append, risk desk plus replace entity, message underscore risk plus message underscore reliability plus risk desk \r\n. SB append, desk plus paragraph, replace entity, description, plus desk /r/n. SB append, URLs. SB append, solution plus paragraph, replace entity, solution, plus solution /r/n. SB append, reference plus paragraph, replace entity, reference, plus reference /r/n. SB append, alert item /r/n. Return SB tossed string. Public string replace entity, string text. String result equals null. If text equals null, result equals report generator dot entity encode text. Return result. Public string paragraph, string text. String result equals null. Result equals p plus text dot replace all, /r /n, pp, dot replace all, /n, pp, plus p. Result equals result dot replace all, and lt, ul and gt, ul, dot replace all, and lt, ul and gt, ul, dot replace all, and lt, li and gt, li, dot replace all, and lt, li and gt, li. Result equals text dot replace all, /r /n, br, dot replace all, /n, br. Return result. Private string break spaces string, string text. String result equals null. Result equals text dot replace all, and amp, wbr. Return result. At return returns the alert. Public string get alert. Return alert. At return returns the description. Public string get description. Return description. At return returns the ID. Public int get pluginid. Return plugin ID. At return returns the message. Public HTTP message get message. Return message. At return returns the other info. Public string get other info. Return other info. At return returns the param. Public string get param. Return param. At return returns the reference. Public string get reference. Return reference. At return returns the reliability. Public int get reliability. Return reliability. At return returns the risk. Public int get risk. Return risk. At return returns the solution. Public string get solution. Return solution. At return returns the URI. Public string get URI. Return URI. At return returns the alert ID. Public int get alerted. Return alert ID. At param alert ID the alert ID to set. Public void set alerted, int alert ID. This dot alert ID equals alert ID. Public string get URL param xml. String buffer SB equals new string buffer, 200. SB append, URI plus break spaces string, replace entity, URI, plus URI /r/n. SB append, param plus break spaces string, replace entity, param, plus param /r/n. SB append, other info plus break spaces string, replace entity, other info, plus other info /r/n. Return SB tossed ring. Package org.paros proxy.paros.extension.filter. Import java.awt.component. Import javax.swing.j button. Import javax.swing.j component. Import javax.swing.j label. Import javax.swing.j table. Import javax.swing.table.table cell renderer. To change the template for this generated type comment, go to Window, Preferences, Java, Code Generation, Code and Comments. Class All Filter Table Renderer extends JComponent implements table cell renderer. JComponent button equals new JButton. JComponent label equals new JLabel. All filter table renderer. Super. This renderer extends a component. It is used each time a cell must be displayed. This method is called each time a cell in a column. Using this renderer needs to be rendered. Public component gettable cell renderer component, JTable table, object value. Boolean is selected, Boolean has focus, int row index, int v:\index. Value is value contained in the cell located at row index, v:\index. If is selected. Cell, and perhaps other cells, are selected. If has focus. This cell is the anchor and the table has the focus. JComponent result equals label. Configure the component with the specified value. If value.toString equals result equals button. JButton button set text value.toString. Set tooltip if desired. Set tooltip text string value. Since the renderer is a component, return itself. Return result. The following methods override the defaults for performance reasons. Public void validate. Public void revalidate. Protected void fire property change, string property name, object old value, object new value. Public void fire property change, string property name, Boolean old value, Boolean new value. Package org.paros proxy.paros.core.scanner. Import java.io exception. Import java.utility random. Import java.utility tree map. Import java.utility regex.matcher. Import java.utility regex.pattern. Import org.apache.commons.client.http exception. Import org.apache.commons.client.uri. Import org.apache.commons.client.uri exception. Import org.paros proxy.paros.model.history reference. Import org.paros proxy.paros.model.site node. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http header. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http message. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http response header. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http sender. Import org.paros proxy.paros.network.http status code. To change the template for this generated type comment, go to Window, Preferences, Java, Code Generation, Code and Comments. Public Class Analyzer. Remove HTML head as this may contain expiry time which dynamic changes. Private static final string p underscore remove underscore header equals m I s head dot head. Private static final pattern not found equals pattern dot compile backslash not backslash b found exist backslash b404 backslash ber or backslash b backslash ber or backslash b404 backslash b pattern dot case underscore insensitive pattern dot multiline. Private static random generator equals new random. Private static final string static suffix list equals .cfm, .jsp, .php, .asp, .aspx, .dll, .exe, .pl. Private HTTP sender equals null. Private tree map visited equals new tree map. Private boolean is stop equals false. Public analyzer. Public analyzer, HTTP sender. This .http sender equals HTTP sender. Public boolean is stop. Return is stop. Public void stop. Is stop equals true. Public void start, site node. In order analyze, node. Private void at analyze URI, HTTP message, int error indicator. Map visited.put, URI.toString, new sample response, message, error indicator. Analyze a single folder entity. Results are stored into analyzed entity table. Private void analyze, site node, throws exception. If analyzed already, return. Move to host part. If node.getHistoryReference equals null. Return. HTTP message base message equals HTTP message node.getHistoryReference .getHTTP URI base URI equals URI base message.getRequestHeader .getURI.clone base URI.setQuery null. System.out.println analyzing plus base URI.toString already exist one. No need to test. If map visited.get base URI.toString equals null. Return. String path equals getRandomPath suffix node base URI. HTTP message equals base message.clone request. URI equals URI base URI.clone. URI.setPath path. Message getRequestHeader .set URI URI. System.out.println analyzing 2 plus URI. Send and receive message. Standard RFC response, no further check is needed. If message getResponse header .get status code equals HTTP status code .not underscore found. At analyze base URI message sample response .error underscore page underscore RFC. Return. If HTTP status code .is redirection message getResponse header .get status code. At analyze base URI message sample response .error underscore page underscore redirect. Return. If message getResponse header .get status code equals HTTP status code .ok. At analyze base URI message sample response .error underscore page underscore non underscore RFC. Return. HTTP message MSG2 equals base message.clone request. URI2 equals message2.getRequestHeader .get URI. String PATH2 equals getRandomPath suffix node URI2. URI2 equals URI base URI.clone. URI2.setPath PATH2. Message2.getRequestHeader .set URI URI2. Send and receive MSG2. Remove HTML head as this may contain expiry time which dynamic changes. String resBody1 equals message getResponse body .toString .replace all p underscore remove underscore header. String resBody2 equals message2.getResponse body .toString .replace all p underscore remove underscore header. Check if page is static. If so, remember this static page. If resBody1 equals resBody2. Message getResponse body .set body resBody1. At analyze base URI message sample response .error underscore page underscore static. Return. Else check if page is dynamic but deterministic. resBody1 equals resBody1 replace all get path regex URI replace all //s012 //d0 to 5 //d0 to 5 //d //s. resBody2 equals resBody2 replace all get path regex URI2 replace all //s012 //d0 to 5 //d0 to 5 //d //s. If resBody1 equals resBody2. Message getResponse body Set body, res body 1. Adenal ethost, base URI, message, sample response. Error underscore page underscore dynamic underscore but underscore deterministic. Return. Else mark app undeterministic. Adenal ethost, base URI, message, sample response. Error underscore page underscore undeterministic. Get a suffix from the children which exists in static suffix list. An option is provided to check recursively. Note that the immediate children are always checked first before further recursive check is done. At param entity the current entity. At param perform recursive check true equals get recursively the suffix from all the children. At return the suffix .xx is returned. If there is no suffix found, an empty string is returned. Private string getchild suffix, site node, boolean perform recursive check. String result suffix equals. String suffix equals null. Site node child equals null. History reference ref equals null. HTTP message equals null. Try. 4. Int I equals 0, I static suffix list. Length, I++. Suffix equals static suffix list I. 4. Int j equals 0, j node. Get child count, j++. Child equals, site node, Get child at, j. Ref equals child. Get history reference. Try. Message equals ref.get p message. If, message get request header, get URI, get path, ends with, suffix. Return suffix. Catch, exception e. If, perform recursive check. 4. Int j equals 0, j node. Get child count, j++. Result suffix equals getchild suffix, site node, Get child at, j, perform recursive check. If, result suffix. Equals. Return result suffix. Catch, exception e. Return result suffix. Private string get path rejects, URI, throws URI exception. URI new URI equals, URI.clone. String query equals new URI.get query. String buffer SB equals new string buffer, 100. Case should be sensitive. SB append, I. New URI.set query, null. SB append, new URI.toString, replace all, \\dot. If, query, equals null. String query pattern equals, \\. Plus query plus. SB append, query pattern. Return SB toString. Get a random path relative to the current entity. Whenever possible, use a suffix exist in the children. According to a priority of static suffix list. At param entity the current entity. At param URI the URI of the current entity. At return a random path, e.g. folder 1 folder 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7.chm, relative the entity. At throws URI exception. Private string get random path suffix, site node, URI, throws URI exception. String result suffix equals getchild suffix, node, true. String path equals URI.getPath, equals null. URI.getPath. Path equals path plus, path.ends with, plus long toString, math.abs, static random generator.next long. Path equals path plus result suffix. Return path. Analyze node, should be a folder unless it is host level, in order. Private void in order analyze, site node. Site node tmp equals null. If, is stop. Return. If, node equals null. Return. Analyze entity if not root and not leaf. Leaf is not analyzed because only folder entity is used to determine if path exist. Try. If, node.is root. If, node.is leaf, node.is leaf, and, cite node, node.getParent, is root. Analyze, node. Catch, exception e. 4, int I equals 0, I node.getChildCount, and, is stop, I++. Try. TMP equals, cite node, node.getChild I. In order analyze, TMP. Catch, exception e. E.print stack trace. Public boolean is file exist, HTTP message. If, message get response a header, dot is empty. Return false. RFC. If, message get response a header, dot get status code, equals HTTP status code dot not underscore found. Return false. URI equals, URI, message get request header, dot get URI, dot clone. Try. Strip off last part of path, use folder only. URI dot set query, null. String path equals URI dot get path. Path equals path dot replace all, $. URI dot set path, path. Catch, exception E1. String URI equals URI dot toString. Get sample with same relative path position when possible. If not exist, use the host only. Sample response sample equals, sample response, map visited dot get, URI. If, sample equals null. Try. URI dot set path, null. Catch, URI exception E2. String shows tunly equals URI dot toString. Sample equals, sample response, map visited dot get, shows tunly. Check if any analyzed result. If, sample equals null. If, message get response a header, dot get status code, equals HTTP status code dot OK. No unlaced result to confirm, assume file exist and return. Return true. Else. Return false. Check for redirect response. If redirect to same location, then file does not exist. If, HTTP status code dot is redirection, message get response a header, dot get status code. Try. If, sample dot get message, dot get response a header, dot get status code, equals message get response a header, dot get status code. String location equals message get response a header, dot get header, HTTP header dot location. If, location, equals null and location dot equals, sample dot get message, dot get response a header, dot get header, HTTP header dot location. Return false. Catch, exception E. E.print stack trace. Return true. Not success code. If, message get response a header, dot get status code, equals HTTP status code dot OK. Return false. Remain only OK response here. Nothing more to determine. Check for possible not found page pattern. Matcher equals pattern not found dot matcher, message get response body, dot toString. If, matcher dot find. Return false. Static response. String body equals message get response body, dot toString, dot replace all, p underscore remove underscore header. If, sample dot get error page type, equals sample response dot error underscore page underscore static. If, sample dot get message, dot get response body, dot toString, dot equals, body. Return false. Return true. URI equals message get request header, dot get URI. Try. If, sample dot get error page type, equals sample response dot error underscore page underscore dynamic underscore but underscore deterministic. Body equals message get response body, dot toString, dot replace all, get path rejects, URI, dot replace all, // S012 / D0 to 5 / D0 to 5 / D / S. If, sample.getMessage, .getResponseBody, equals, body. Return false. Return true. Catch, exception e.print stack trace. Return true. Private void send and receive, HTTP message, throws HTTP exception, IO exception. HTTP sender.send and receive, message, true. Package org.paros proxy.paros.core.spider. Class iter. Public static final string method equals method. Public static final string action equals action. Public static final string name equals name. Public static final string value equals value. Public static final string href equals href. Public static final string type equals type. Public static final string src equals src. Public static final string content equals content. Package org.paros proxy.paros.core.spider. Import java.utility vector. Import org.apache.commons.client.uri. Public class base extends org.paros proxy.paros.core.spider.tag. Parser for a tag. Private static final parser tag parser equals new parser tag, base, parser tag.closing underscore tag underscore no. Parser for href attribute in tag. Private static final parser iter parse ref equals new parser iter.href. Private string href equals. Get an array of base tags. At param doc. The HTML document to be parsed. At return array of a. Public static base get bases, string doc. Vector bases equals new vector. Parser.parse, doc. While, parser.next tag. String content equals parser.getContent. String address equals parser.getAddress. Base equals new base. Base.build address, address. Base.build, content. Bases.add element, base. Base result equals new base bases.size. Result equals, base, bases.toArray, result. Return result. Protected void build address, string address. Super.build address, address. String tmp equals parse ref.get value, address. Try. URI equals new URI, tmp, false. If, URI.isubsoluturi. Href equals tmp. Catch, exception e. At return returns the href. Public string get href. Return href.